What's up, Nailed It Nation? Today, we are going to talk about the importance of having a vision for your business, a vision for your life, a vision for your family, a vision for whatever it is that you want to be, do, and have. All right, so we've all heard the importance of having a vision, right? Start with why, what's your vision, where do you want to go, start with the end in mind, all different variations of this concept. And if you're like me, you're someone that ignored that for a long time because you're like, you know what? I don't have time to create a vision. I just need to put my head down and I need to get to work. Over the past few years, as I've matured as a person and specifically today about having a vision for our businesses, because if we want to build anything worthwhile, if we want to get people to join our mission, then we've got to have a vision that we're casting, that we're selling our team members on. Like, hey, come on, join this thing. We've got this thing going on. Here's where we're going, right? There's a lot of turnover in the contracting industry specifically. And I think a lot of that is due to bad leadership, is due to leaders not having a clear vision and then not sharing that vision with their team. And recently, Contractor Dynamics has experienced some pretty significant growth. We've doubled the size of our team. We're hiring people pretty much every month. And I owe a lot of that to having a clear vision. We've been able to attract some really amazing people from different industries, from the same industry, that are not coming here for the money. Although, of course, making money is something that we all need to do, right? But coming here because of the culture that they see, the people that they see, the values that we have, the vision that we have, the brand that we have. And we put in that work over the past decades to build that. So I'm very grateful for having that. But without having a clear vision, we would not have been able to attract the people to join this mission that we're on to become the #1 marketing training company for the construction industry. It's a massive goal, right? And we've got the right people rowing in the same direction on that boat to help us get there. So yeah, this concept of vision can be like kind of woo-woo, kind of like esoteric, kind of like hard to wrap your hands around and try to figure out how do I actually create a vision. Well, I don't really have all the time in the world to go through that, nor do I have the expertise, which is why I lean on books and resources and people that have a lot of experience and are way smarter than I am. So one of those books is this one right here, Vivid Vision by my buddy Cameron Herold. Really short book, as you can see. However, don't let that deceive you, because it's one of those books where you need to read it maybe once or twice and then you need to go back and actually do it. So, while this book might take you a day or two to read, it's going to take you a few months to actually implement. At least it did in my case. Now, we were lucky enough to have the author Cameron Herold as a guest speaker for one of our group client calls recently. One of the things that really, this book really hit home for me is because he made that concept of vision concrete. And here's what he did. He said, create a 3-year vivid vision for your business, okay? There's other things we can do like vision boards and things for our family and everything like that. This is specifically for our businesses. So he said 3 years because 10 years is a long period of time, right? There's a lot of things that can happen in the world, in our market, in our industry, in our personal lives, whatever it might be. It's really hard to project out 10 years. And I agree with that, right? I mean, I have a big vision for my life and for my business and family, but 10 years is like an eternity with the way that everything shifts and changes. It's really hard for me. I have not been able to really grasp that. So if you got any tips on that, feel free to reach out to me and help me out, right? So 10 years, too long. 1 year, okay, that's cool. We need to have those 1-year goals, but there's only a certain number of things we can actually get done in 1 year, right? It goes by like that, right? So 3 years, as he posits, is an actual good time frame for getting some things done, for setting some audacious goals, and for achieving them. So what he did is he said, hey, map out your 3-year vision and you can paint that picture of what he wants the business to look like. So what we've done, March 2023, right now, we have at Contractor Dynamics a vivid vision for December 31st, 2025. So I set that at the beginning of this year in our annual team meeting that we had in person down in Memphis. And we went through this vision. I shared it with the team, got some feedback, got some buy-in. and we have this vision. It's our 3-year vivid vision. So we have this painted picture. It's in a Google Doc format of exactly what the business looks like, feels like, acts like, how many people we have, how many clients we have, what products we have, what we're charging for those products, what events we're doing, core values, what our team looks like, the energy, the vibe, the offices, that sort of thing. We have that painted picture for December 31st, 2025. This is something that we are sharing with our team, of course. This is something that we are sharing with prospective team members to say, hey, if you want to leave your job over here, your career over here, and if you want to come over here to join this thing that we have going on, well, here's what we have going on. Like, let me paint this picture of where we're going for you, right? So not only can they see that, but they can step into a role today as a new team member, and they can see a possible progression for their career, right? Because no A player, no rock star wants to come in and like do the same thing year after year after year, right? Like, people want to be able to know that they're going to grow in a monetary perspective, like they're going to be able to make more money, and they're going to be able to have more responsibility, right? They're going to be able to elevate in their roles, or at least change roles, right? People don't want to get stale and do the same thing day after day, like Groundhog Day, right? So we're able to cast that vision and bring someone in and say, hey, here's where we're going. Like, there's open opportunities for you to step into this role, to that role, to some role. Maybe it's not even defined yet. We don't know what exists, but like, as we grow, if you see ways that you can add value to our team different from what that is today, then like, let's have a conversation about that, right? We're all about getting the right people on the bus, and then we'll find the right seats for them, right? So having that vision is really like one of the only ways to be able to attract those A players. And that is the start to build that all-star team that's going to get you where you're going. So that would be advantage number one to having a vision. Advantage number two is the vivid vision serves as a filter by which you run all of your possible decisions, right? As business owners, we are faced with different opportunities, right? We can try this thing out. We can go here. We can open up a new office. We can add on this product, add this service, down to like smaller decisions, like, do we go to this event? Do we invest in this marketing thing? Do we invest in this technology? Like, do we try this software? Like, all those little decisions that we make every day, right? And the world does not make it easy. The world is designed to distract us. Like, there's things coming at us all day, every day, in 1,000 different directions. So if we don't have our vision, if we don't have this filter to run all of these possibilities through, then we're going to be at risk of saying yes to things that don't fit our vision, because we don't have a vision, right? But when we do have that vision, okay, so I know exactly where we need to be on December 31st, 2025, right? Like, I know everything I talked about. I know what I'm doing as a leader. I know what my role is. I know how I'm spending my week. And so I can evaluate different decisions, whether it's bringing on a new team member, whether it's going to a conference, whether it's switching CRMs, whether it is adding on a new service or product or whatever that might be. We run that through the filter of, hey, does this help us to achieve our vision that we have at the end of 2025, or is this a distraction? Now, I'll give you a little bit of a teaser. Most things are a distraction. Most things, when you run them through the filter, are going to be a hard no, right? It's going to be, no, that just doesn't fit where we want to go. We have, a certain number of, a certain amount of time. We have a certain amount of resources in terms of people and money and all that stuff. And we need to make sure that we are laser focused and directing that to where we need to go. And then really third, on a micro level, and this goes along with the second thing, but on a weekly basis, we have our weekly leadership meetings every Monday. We have meetings as a team throughout the week. We are able to, I can almost feel it and see it. Like, we're able to move the ball downfield, 1 yard at a time every single week, right? And this is possible only because we have this vivid vision, like we know where we're going, right? So to use a football analogy, American football analogy, we have we want to score a touchdown, right? It's on the opposite end of the field. We are at the opposite goal line. So we have 100 yards to go, right? And every week, we are moving 1 yard closer. We're not, throwing Hail Marys and getting 40-yard gains, every day, but we are ideally moving 1 yard closer. Hey, some weeks we even take a little step back. Maybe we lose a couple of yards, right? But at the end of the day, we are continually moving forward, and we can feel that, we could taste that, we could see that, because we have that vision and we're working toward it every single week. So those are a few things that have helped us here at Contractor Dynamics to really just dial in and focus. And I know as some people, a lot of people, reach out to me like, man, you're consistent, you're focused, like that's awesome. I envy that sort of thing. That's not something that like comes natural. Like that is something that, okay, maybe there's a natural part of my personality. However, that is something that is very intentional. And there's so many things that people do in business, and I'm guilty of them too. Like I'm not perfect, right? We say yes to things, we go to events, we do this, that, and the other thing. We join these masterminds just because it feels good, or it scratches an itch, or it scratches some emotional need that we might have at the moment, but we don't have this like vivid vision. We don't have this filter by which to run all these decisions through. And like we end up going in all these different directions, and we stay busy, but we're not really productive, and we're not really moving that ball downfield every single week. So guys, this book has been transformational to our business. It really has. And it trickles down into my personal life as well, because I'm much more focused. I'm much less distracted. I'm able to be more present with our team. I'm able to be more present with my family, with my life. And I just have a better sense of like peace that, hey, we know exactly where we're going and we're already there. It's just that not enough time has elapsed yet for us to get there. Like it's going to happen, like no doubt we're going to get there, right? So this book has been transformational to me, not the book, but really like going actually through the exercise. So I'd highly recommend that you get a copy of this, Google it, go on Amazon, whatever, invest the $20, but more importantly, invest the time into your business, into building this vision. It will make all the difference. All right, guys, so hopefully that was valuable, right? Like this concept of vision, which can kind of be like, I don't really know how to do it, or like how to take action on it. Like you need to have a vision. Yeah, I know that, but like, here's how it actually happens. Here's how we actually put in the work. I hope that this brought it down to the ground for you to give you the actual nuts and bolts to be able to implement this. So I'm really curious. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment below. Send me a message on Instagram at HeyJosephHughes. Would love to hear what you think. Have a conversation about this. And also, since we've been going through this, I read this book like 3 years ago. We've been going through this for a while. I'm happy to share any tips and any experiences that I can with you to help you implement this, all right? And if you want, please share this with your team. Share this on social media. Take a screenshot. Share it on your stories. Get the word out there, because the more people that we have in this world who are aligned with their vision, the richer world we are going to have, the more fulfilled world we're going to have. So that's all I got. We'll see you out there.